You're raised in the U.S., born and raised in the U.S., and that sports mentality, like we like to talk a lot of crap,
yeah, we talk that talk. Yeah, we do.
that attitude, the
ask.
swagger. So,
Yeah.
do you bring that to Pakistan? And then are most of your teammates like you, or most of your teammates only played in Pakistan and
Yeah.
they have a different upbringing, or
Yeah, so that's where, where I mentioned kind of understanding the lay of the land
Yeah.
before. And, I do feel that it's still really important to be you,
Yeah.
right? If, coach felt that I was the right one in the moment. So for a reason, right? So character, beliefs, ethics, morals, like this, obviously this work ethic, that kind of stuff, like these are all kind of like foundations or pillars, right?
Yeah.
How it gets done, to your point, yeah, we have a very different sporting culture.
Yeah.
And I think and that's one of the lessons that I learned, right?
Yeah.
Is my sporting culture, especially in a different country, different cultural context as well. We can't sit here and fit everything exactly like how we think it might be, right? There's going to be different puzzle pieces, right? So the puzzle pieces I had there are not going to be the puzzle pieces I have over here. So I think once I understood that and figured it out and know how to talk to certain players also, because it can't just be this is how we're going to speak and this is how we're going to be as like a whole team, right? You got to sit down and understand your teammates individually, because also generationally we want to get into that. Generationally, the generation we grew up in as athletes, completely different to this up and coming generation.
You
And
can't dog them out. You
like some are just not going to respond, right? Like you're not going to be able to get the best out of them, right? So I think for me, just understanding who can take that heat and who just might need the heat turned down a little bit was really important.
Yeah.
Being a captain, you have to like, how many women are on a team typically?
About officially 23.
So you have to have 22 other personalities you have to like get to know, and then how to talk to them, each one of them. You have to learn which one you need to put your hand on their back. Some of them want that, yo, what the hell are you doing? Like, what's up? I was that type of athlete. Like I wanted people to let me know when I was messing up. Like I respond. I don't really do like, come on, John, you could do better. I know I could do better. Tell me where I'm going wrong, right?
Absolutely.
But I think generationally, like even at work, there's like a difference. Like when I was coming up as a lawyer and getting trained, people would like let me know like you need to do better. Now you need to be very soft.
Yeah.
It's okay that you messed up. It's okay that you blew this deadline by 2 days and messed me up and I had to stay home. It's okay. We'll get better the next time. But that's just how it is, right? Like, and you have to adapt. I think as a leader, as a captain, you've learned how to adapt, right? Over time. It doesn't come overnight, but that speaks to the type of character and the type of person that you are adaptable, and that you're able to be an iguana in different situations and change your stripes as needed, but still keeping yourself fundamentally the same. Right?
Yeah, and it's about setting standards and doing what you can to not just maintain those standards, but keep setting new standards every time, right? So yeah, we can change how we are with different players, but at the end of the day, I'm sorry, this is a competitive environment. This is a high performing, or we want this to be a high performing environment, and that requires a certain level of standard. So either you're on or you're not,
right.
So again, we can sit here and we can, put that arm around you, or, we can sit here and be in your face, be direct. But again, if we're not all coming together and trying to meet those standards and surpass those standards and set new ones every single time we get together, then that's where I start to have a problem. Right. So I think it is also important, like, within leadership, regardless of like what space you're in, is knowing when to take a step back and let someone else lead and let others lead. And I think that's something I've learned recently, which is hard. Which is hard to do, right? To kind of feel like you take that control and just, kind of put it to the side for a little bit, I think, and when to step in and when you need to step in and identifying those points or those moments.
Yeah, I feel like in sports, your team, I mean, you're only good as your weakest link.
Yeah.
So if you could build everyone up, that just makes your job a lot easier.
You know? And I think that's what's so great about, I'll take the national team, for example. Like it's been so great to see, because the team is getting more and more competitive, right? Before it would be like, okay, we know who's starting, we know who's getting called for camp, we know all this stuff. But then, as the team grows in awareness, like as what I mean by that is as people start to learn about the women's national team and we get the right kind of eyes and the right kind of attention and our name starts to get out there, then that is one really positive. But then also it starts to attract other players, right? Dual national players, right? Who are Pakistani or have Pakistani heritage and, might have never heard of the national team, right? Which me, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, I had never known about the Pakistan national team. Right. So I think the more and more our team gets to continue to be at the forefront and the more newer players are coming in, they're challenging people, and I think that's what competition is, right? Like we got to be here to challenge each other, right? Otherwise, why are we here?
Like ultimately, everyone wants to start. There's only
spots on the pitch. If you don't want to start, why are you here? Yeah, that's right. True. Like if you sit here and don't want to compete and you just want to sit there and be on the bench because you said, "Oh, I'm playing for the national team." Why are you here?
No, we don't.
Why are you here to just keep the seat warm? No, you should want to compete and want to fight for your spot.
Yeah.